of the nice things about fish like this is that it comes right out of the waters that are right in front of our doors. This fish actually came out of the water on Thursday morning. I got this fish yesterday, so theoretically I could have had this fish basically 24 hours out of the water, which is pretty unheard of for any kind of fish, much less, you know, salmon, which typically comes from Alaska. It's several days by the time it even reaches the restaurant door. So that's one of the great things about having something like this right on our doorstep is just the absolute freshness that you can get. Again, this is really a beautiful fish. This is as nice as any kind of salmon you'll ever see. So, you know, just because it's not a king salmon doesn't mean that it's, you know, an ugly, kind of hideous looking thing. I mean, this is the flesh is really firm on it. It's very shiny. No stickiness at all. You know, this is a really healthy fish that was caught. We're going to start just by making a cut right down the backbone of the fish. Okay, and then we're going to remove the skin from the fish. We're just going to make an incision on the tail there, and then holding on to the skin to keep it flat, we're just going to work towards the head. Slight down angle on our knife. We're going to try not to go through the flesh at all. So we're going to just season our fish, a little bit of salt, some pepper, and then ultimately we're going to make kind of a Mediterranean inspired sandwich out of this. So we're going to use fennel pollen, which is kind of starts us down that Mediterranean flavor road. And then I'm just going to cut this in half so it'll fit inside our sous vide bags. We'll feed that in there. And this one will go in the other bag. And then I'm going to add some extra virgin olive oil, probably about 3 tablespoons per each bag is what I'm going to use. And that's just going to, once this is packaged under pressure, it's just going to surround the fish and give it a nice kind of uniform cooking medium. So at this point we've got our fillets in our bags, and we're going to take these over to our cryovac machine and seal them up. Okay, so we've got our Keta salmon. It's been poached in the olive oil. This is what it looks like coming out of the bag. You can see there's very little of the albumin that's come out of the fish here. So all that moisture has stayed inside the fillet. So we're just going to slice our bag open onto the tray to collect our oil. And then we're just going to gently flake this into the bowl here. One of the nice things about the Keta is that it has some of that characteristic flake that a larger salmon like a Chinook or a coho will have. So we have our bread, which is a ciabatta roll. It's a 5-ounce ciabatta roll from Macarena Bakery. We have Meyer lemons. It's been sliced thin. Artichokes, sliced cucumbers, sliced green peppers, sliced tomatoes. Red onions have been sliced, kind of a medley of Mediterranean herbs here, mint, oregano, and parsley. Niçoise olives, piquillo peppers, salt, olive oil, fresh garlic, and this is a harissa vinaigrette. It's been made with harissa chili paste and Banyuls vinegar. So let's start with the bread. There's a sandwich in Nice, which is half the inspiration for this sandwich, which has the hallmark of the top of the bread is kind of hollowed out, which gives you more room for filling. Sounds like a good plan to me. So we're just going to pull the insides of the bread out, and then we've got our bread base there. Into the bowl goes red onions, sliced tomatoes, green peppers, cucumbers, some artichokes. We're going to leave the lemons for last. Add a spoonful of piquillos, some Niçoise olives, some of our harissa vinaigrette there, pinch of salt, some pepper. We'll add our fish in here. And then we're going to add a little more just extra virgin olive oil. Again, we're in the Mediterranean now, so this is the stuff of life. I'm going to add a little bit to the bread there as well. Mix that around.
Show me the bowl, what's in the bowl. Just tilt it toward me.
And then our herbs here, just gonna take a little handful of those, just give them a real rough chop. Let's go into the bowl as well. And then, starting with the top half of our sandwich here, just gonna pile all this in there. And it's going to kind of fill that cavity that we've created. Okay. Then we'll take our Meyer lemons. These have been sliced very thin, and we're just going to lay these down the length. You can use about 5 or 6 per sandwich. It's going to give you a real nice acidity in the sandwich. So the bottom half goes on top, and then take a couple of deli wrap papers here, pieces that got away. I'm going to roll that up, and then another thing you'll find with these sandwiches in the Mediterranean is they kind of put a little weight on them. So that presses all those ingredients together, gives it a nice shape. When it's done, you're going to have a nice tight sandwich. This is kind of a street snack in those Mediterranean countries. So this kind of contains a little bit of the mess of the sandwich. Alright, so here we are at the bar of Quinn's, which I think is outside the Mediterranean, probably the second best setting for a sandwich such as this. You can see it's got that beautiful arrangement of colors and flavors in there. And next to it, one of our Quinn's Tap beers. This is kind of a Belgian style beer, lighter, very drinkable. I could enjoy a couple of these, and I think that would go perfectly with a sandwich such as this.